This week we've been riding the waves at Wave Rock. I've been testing out my fear of heights. It's still there. And Chris got to see his mighty bombers.
We had an amazing time in Esperance, but now it was time to leave Hopeton and make our way inland towards Wave Rock. It's a 2-hour detour, but definitely worth a stop. We then take another detour to Brookton to go to the Footy in Perth, before then making our way back to the amazing south coast. We stop in Gnowangerup and Albany for a few days, before finishing the week in Denmark. Guess who's driving? How's it going?
Stressful.
So Hannah hasn't driven the car with the caravan at all on this trip, and I was getting a bit sleepy, a bit hungry and a bit thirsty, so I handed the reins over to Hannah and she's freaking out. Look. You see?
She's just having to concentrate very hard.
She's freaking out.
I feel like the lanes are really narrow suddenly.
She's like, where's the next stop? Where's the next stop? Your turn.
That is not how I speak.
That's exactly how she speaks.
Come on, where's the next stop?
See?
Good morning.
Hey guys, welcome to a new episode.
And here we are at Wave Rock.
Yeah, we took a bit of a detour to get here. We weren't going to come here originally, but we've heard good things, and it didn't disappoint. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we've left the coast and come, a couple of 100 kilometres inland to see this.
Yeah, exactly. There's a few things to see around here, but the main thing is Wave Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first thing that I think of when I see it is, I just can't believe how massive it is. It's so tall.
Yeah, it's 15 metres tall and 110 metres long.
Yeah, so I didn't realise it'd be so tall, and I actually thought it would be longer as well. So it's actually quite a bit shorter than I expected, but still so impressive.
Very impressive.
Isn't it?
And the stripy colours as well are really, make it really impressive.
Yeah. So it's a really impressive place.
So the stripes aren't actually the rock colours, they're sort of lichen and algae that are different colours that have made it look stripy over time.
Yeah, and so the way it was created was that the ground level used to be at the top of there, and just over time it's been eroded away underneath, and then the water level has decreased, and you get this massive wave. So I think it'd be. I think the next thing is to take a silly picture on it. Don't you think? Let's get us surfing on this thing.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys, and yeah, let's do this. Hello down there. Yeah? Hello.
Where are we?
Hippo's Yawn.
Tell me about Hippo's Yawn.
It's a big rock with a hole in it shaped like a hippo yawning.
It does kind of look like a hippo yawning, doesn't it?
So last night we were at the community centre at the little town down the road, and a guy came up to us and he said, stand back, have a look, and think of a different name for it. You can't. It looks exactly like a hippo's yawn, doesn't it?
It does.
There's nothing else it looks like.
I might go have a look at the back of his, check out his tonsils.
Yeah, it's pretty big as well, isn't it? I think this is one of those things that in the photos I thought was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
It's actually massive. Actually holes up there.
Yeah, it said on the board that there was a window.
Yeah, there's windows. It just so much looks like his tongue at the back of his head, doesn't it?
We're staying just down the road from Wave Rock at a place called Tresses Caravan Park. and the guy there gave us a bit of a spiel about what was in the area. And as well as Wave Rock, which we went to just now, there's also this lesser known site, attraction, I don't know what you'd call it, Buckley's Breakaways. It's pretty impressive. It's obviously lesser well known because we're the only people here. But glad we made it. A little bit of a detour on an unsealed road, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too corrugated or anything, so that was fine.
Was it unsealed?
Yeah.
Huh.
You slept the
I
whole
was
way.
asleep. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Could have been sealed for all I knew. It was a comfy
That was
ride.
all I can say. Is the driving was smooth.
Very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a little mini Bryce Canyon.
It is.
But the ground level up there is pretty. It just erodes away. It's like sand.
The next morning we head to Brookton Caravan Park, a bit closer to Perth, so that then Chris can go and see the Bombers playing, which was relocated from the MCG over to the Optus Stadium in Perth.
Oh my god, what is this? 9 times the size of a live ram.
Wow.
9?
Let's go and look. I'm starting to see a big ram.
I don't see it yet. Archie, come up here. Come on, up. Okay, hey guys. Alright, so we had a really long drive day today. It was probably about 3 hours, but that's after doing probably 4 or 5 hours yesterday and driving pretty late at night because, as you know, I went to the footy yesterday. Hannah and I went to the footy. I go for Essendon, so it wasn't a great result, but a great spectacle, great game. And just to have the privilege of seeing the Dreamtime game over in Perth due to the restrictions in Melbourne was great. So, and well done Perth for filling the stadium. Really good result, but long drive day today, so we're pretty tired. We've just unhitched here. We're at Gnowangerup. I think I pronounced that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. But yeah, we're just at the council kind of owned caravan park here. We're the only people here, but this place is really good. It's really good. So this is our spot here, and they're all drive-through sites. So they're really big sites, all drive-through sites. I mean, we've got plenty of room here for us for the car. We might stick the awning out, but it's a little bit windy. So yeah, we've got plenty of room here. Really good spot. Toilets are really nice. And so we're going to use this as a little bit of a base for tomorrow. Going to check out the Stirling Ranges, which is about half an hour away. So we'll go in there tomorrow morning and have a look around. But yeah, this is a really good spot. So if you're ever out this way, definitely check it out.
We're about 20 minutes north of Albany at Porongurup National Park, and here they've got a Granite Skywalk.
Yeah, 2.2 kilometre walk and climb.
4.4 kilometre return.
Oh, great. So it'd probably take 2 or 3 hours for us to do this because it's
knowing me.
Climbing rocks and stuff. But yeah, this should be amazing. The pictures we've seen look incredible. So
yeah, hopefully the views from the top will be worth it.
Yeah, and the car park was pretty busy. I was hoping it'd be pretty quiet, but looks like half of Albany are doing this today. How are you coping?
I'm not looking down. Today we arrived in Albany. We came down from Gnowangerup where we had a great stop, and the first thing we always do is head to the visitor centre. Now we're here for 2 days, and normally when we go to the visitor centre we always think, oh yeah, the amount of time we're staying is good for what we want to do, but not here.
Yeah, I think we've got to squeeze 4 days into 2.
Yeah.
Okay, we originally had 4 days in, but we decided no, there's enough for 2 days, but we'll be pushing it, but we'll just fast track our way around. But the first place we came, because it's a bit windy, it's a bit cold, it's a bit miserable, so we came to the National Anzac Centre.
Yeah.
Which we've been recommended a few times, and I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, so we had no idea that Albany was where all of the troops met and set off from for Gallipoli.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, like, at the end of the year in 1914, they all set off from Albany. Not Albany, Albany. Sorry, I've been told many times. Albany and towards Gallipoli, which is really, really interesting. I had no idea either.
I know, really good.
Yeah.
So when we got here, we went and sort of paid and came in and got given these little cards.
Yeah.
So it's a really clever way of making
I've never seen it
making
before.
it interesting and personal for you. So I got Captain Arthur Gordon Smith from the Royal Navy.
I got a big one. I got Lieutenant General Sir John Monash. So, close to my heart being a Melburnian.
And then they have these QR codes on the back, and so as you go around you put your little card down and it gives you a personal account of your person.
Yeah, really clever. So you kind of follow your person around the museum, which is really interesting. And it comes with a little audio speaker guide thing as well. So really good, really interesting. I learned a lot today.
Yeah, and just the view out to the bay where it all happened as well, it makes it feel very real, and you can really imagine sort of all the ships that would have been here back then.
Yeah, so really, really interesting. And if you're ever down this way, it's definitely worth checking out the National Anzac Museum, or the National Anzac Centre. And I think we've got a few things to do, as we said, so we'll probably leave this place now and head on to the next thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So occasionally when we're at a caravan park, we like to give our silage tank a real good clean out. We do it at a caravan park because we're connected to water. It's really easy to do. And because our sensor on our grey water tank is always at 100% and flashing at us, it's obviously not very good because it's probably got gunk and stuff on it. So yeah, every now and then we like to just flush our tanks, and it's really easy to do in these vans, in the Crusader vans. And I'll show you how to do it because it's really helpful, and it helps reset the sensor for a little bit. So at the moment we're plugged into water now at the moment. So I'm just going to turn Just going to turn the water off here. There we go. And because we're already plugged in, I don't want to unplug it and get a splash full of water in my face. So I'm just going to open one of the tanks, let that little bit of water go through into the tanks, like so. Gonna unplug this, and we've got a little inlet here, just here. I don't know if you can see that. So that little inlet lets water flow into the silage tank, and when I connect this hose onto it, like that, I can turn the water on and just give this tank through here a good flush, and it will just, you know, go in there, come out here through the silage with the grey water. So it's just good to do every now and then. Just going to turn the tap on here, and there you go. You can hear the water going into the tank now and just clearing it out, and we'll soon start to see all the silage come out of here. So it's a good thing to do. Run it for 5 or 10 minutes, just clean out that tank. Good to do every now and then when we're on the road, and just try and get the sensor working a little bit better, and just give them a good flush out now and then. So yeah, job done for today.
Okay, we weren't expecting this. We've come to the Chainsaw Sculpture Scenic Drive here in Albany, and it's incredible. There are so many sculptures made out of the wood here, and the quality of them is amazing.
Detail on them.
Yeah, the detail. There's quite a bit of humour. They're just really interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So we're at the Discovery Bay Whale World, it's called, the whaling station. So we bought this as a 3-pass ticket, and I hadn't really
We
heard
wanted
of it.
to go to the other 2 things.
Yeah, this was
and
probably...
they said, oh, you can get this ticket to do 3 things.
Yeah,
and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but this place is amazing. It's just the history of Albany and all the whaling that went on here for 170 years. And it's just got everything here. Like, it tells you how they pulled them in, how they cut them up, what they used them for. And it was the last whaling station closed in Australia.
Yeah, so they've still got, it's basically set up as if it was still operating almost. So they've got a ship out here, and then there are there's all of the oil tanks and everything. And
all the machinery is still here.
It's all in really good condition.
It's absolutely fascinating. I'm blown away.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. So the films as well, there are a few little videos that you can watch, and they sort of talk about the balance between whaling being people's livelihoods and also obviously it being a really cruel way for killing very intelligent creatures.
Yeah, and they also have volunteers who were whalers themselves here, who are here to answer any questions or anything. But
so it's really thought-provoking at the same time.
Yeah, it's just really this place is really thought out, and because it's in such good condition, it's just so interesting. It's like it closed yesterday. Yeah,
it's learning about an industry that you knew nothing about from a period of time that just isn't relevant anymore.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating and very eye-opening.
Yeah.
So we really enjoyed it. If you're ever in Albany, definitely come down here and check out the historical whale station.
Yeah, it's quite a serious one. I don't know about you, my brain's still processing what I think about it all. But yeah, really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the #1 thing to do in Albany. The Gap and the Natural Bridge. So it's just south of the town, in the national park, so no dogs are allowed, so Archie's being looked after. And we've just come from the whaling station, which was brilliant, and now we're going to check out the Gap. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm droning. Again.
He's always droning. So the Gap has an Indigenous story, a Dreamtime story about it, which is quite cool. There were two brothers and they were fighting over this young woman, and the elders of the village, they had enough of it, so they sent them to either side of the Gap, one on one side, one on the other. Now the first brother was really good at throwing boomerangs, and the second brother was really good at throwing spears. And so they were still fighting, and the first brother threw a boomerang at the second, and the second threw a spear at the first, and they both hit each other and fell into the water. The first brother, who got hit with the spear, became a stingray, and the second brother, who got hit with the boomerang, turned into a shark, and the boomerang is his fin. There you go. So I'm guessing at low tide you can go all the way through there without getting your feet wet.
Yeah, it makes sense. How amazing is this place?
I know.
Even though it's a pretty miserable cloudy day, windy, it was so windy yesterday, but you can still see how amazing this place is, can't you?
I know, it's cool.
Yeah, and the colours of the water are amazing. Oh shit. Oh no. Yep, serves us right.
here we are, the end of another week. We're here at the Denmark Good Food Factory, where I have been buying all sorts of goodies, some chutneys and some sauces. I've got quite a heavy bag now, but they were all delicious. We did loads of tastings. But it's been a great week. The weather's been quite mixed, but we've been inland. We had the slight detour to Perth, and the coast here has been spectacular. So I hope you can join us next week, where we continue to explore the southwest of WA. Thanks as always for supporting us and watching the video. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you could. And we will see you next week.